Peace, family. We back. Part 2. Planet Weird Season 2. Episode 29, Part 2. Peace, Queen. Welcome. Keys, Carmel, peace, Queen. Wifey, peace, Queen. Peace, Goddess. Peace, peace. Stand Pete. Tosh, peace, Queen. Felicia, peace, Queen. Hawk, peace, God. Core driven, peace. Pursue what matters, peace. Force Guapo, you back for round 2, baby. Peace. Tasha, peace. Unforgettable Nicole, peace, Goddess, peace. Love and light, Goddess, you already know. We give it 2 minutes and we're going to come right back. And then I'm going to tell y'all my story about last night. Well, me and my wife's story. Ah, baby, silly. Young Dread Art, peace, Queen. AC007, peace, Goddess. Welcome, peace. Peace, welcome. Peace. All right, let's go ahead and get this thing back rocking. I was letting Chuck D bring that noise real quick. All right, guys, welcome. Planet Weird Season 2, Episode 29, Part 2. So let me go ahead and bring the guy back on real quick. Give me 1 second, family. Hey, Hawk, do you want me to bring in your business page that you just popped up, or do you want me to bring your personal page? I just saw your business page pop up. I don't know if that's wifey or if you are now on that one. You let me know. All right, I'm going to stick with what we had originally then. I hear otherwise.
No, that's wifey.
Okay. So I see, I peep game. I'm like, oh, that's
probably
wifey.
Yeah, you wise man.
Yeah, I peep game. That's probably wifey. That's probably Deli J, peace, Queen, welcome. So, let me tell you our story about last night. Just because we kind of flipped it to UFOs or whatever. So, last night, my wife and I were driving. It was probably, she can correct me if I'm wrong on her, maybe like 2 or 3 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere around there. Real dark outside. We were headed to the ATM to grab some money for the morning, some stuff we got to take care of. So, as we're coming down the street, we're looking in the sky and we're like, is that an airplane? Like, what the heck is that? So, because the crazy thing is it wasn't moving. It was kind of sitting there. Like, we saw some movement and then it just stopped. Like, all of a sudden, we're talking way in the sky. Like, so it was just sitting there and so we start driving like kind of close. Like, what the heck is going on? Man, on everything I love, it basically took off like super fast, right?
Mm.
And it probably went. I can't obviously estimate how far and how it went up because just how far we're apart from each other. Right. And then as it was going up, it stopped and then shot all the way back down, like no lie, like all the way back down. And then it popped up again, and then it started moving like this, like real talk. Like it
Ooh.
started moving like this, right? So we like, oh man, hold on. So we like we got to get closer. I said, now we
Right.
get it. I said, if we get abducted, baby, it's our fault. 'Cause we rolling up on it.
Right.
So we get closer, and next thing you know, I think like some of the lights change, and then all of a sudden, it looked like a plane. But I promise you, originally, well, and obviously we both know planes don't do that.
Right,
Like
right,
I'm talking
right.
bouncing up and down, up and down. Then it started hovering, like kind of like that. And then at one point, and when it went up and down, I'm talking like super fast, like, and then I'm like, I'm sitting there
Mm,
looking like this is crazy. And my wife can
mm.
back me up on it, man. This is real talk. And then, as like I said, the closer we got, some lights made a little flicker. And when
Yeah.
we got close up under it, it looked like a plane. And we like, hold on. No way that was a plane because planes don't do those type of movements, obviously.
Movements.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So it was, and it was just this morning. It was really this morning, like 2, 3 in the morning.
Well, you'll see a lot of that activity around those times. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to actually say um, when you actually see those type of vehicles who it is, right?
Right.
Because when you do some of the research on what the military and United States government have been doing for years, they've already reverse engineered a lot of these crafts that crash landed post World War II,
Mm-hmm.
um, and started creating vehicles and that perform those type of maneuvers, and do those type of things. We really don't need to ignore that presence, which I don't like to call it alien to a degree. Well, I'll say it's alien because we don't really know what it is and who it is, right?
Right.
But I do know that we do have an ancestral connection to those that come from above as well.
That's true. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but there is others that are out there as well that we got to be, also aware of. They do dispel a lot of this information in the movies. And so if you activate it and you decalcify it and you can see a lot of the writing on the wall in some of these movies that they show.
Big facts. Have
Yep.
you ever personally seen anything like that, or something that you may have thought was questionable, or and I don't mean on a different realm. I mean here on the 3D.
Um, so a lot of mine, I wouldn't call them extraterrestrial, but I would call them supernatural.
Okay.
What I would say of my extraterrestrial experience, I was doing mushrooms at the time. Both times I witnessed spacecraft. And when I do, number one, when I do shrooms, I don't do a lot because like my body doesn't need a lot to get activated for that DMT release, I guess.
Mm,
And I don't, like people may think, you don't just lose your consciousness, nothing. You actually become more heightened.
I've heard.
So for me, I was very heightened. So I was very still conscious, very aware, still knowing who I am, and I ain't seeing nothing crazy. But actually, when I looked up in the sky, I literally seen craft interacting with each other, and I just stared. I mean, I literally was mesmerized by it. And they did some circling formation. Um, it was two craft doing battle essentially, and they were shooting at each other, and they zipped across each other, and they were gone.
Some Star Wars
Um,
type stuff, huh?
yeah, yeah, it was some beefing going on. Actually, what I witnessed,
Hmm.
it was quite cool. Um, so that and then I had another experience where I felt like it was more of a close encounter. So where I actually felt like I actually interfaced with this energy. But this is more of a light ship. The other craft I seen were actually look like physical vessels. This second experience is more of a light ship, where I could actually see the geometry, but it was in the form of light.
Hmm.
So it was like non-physical. And I was also doing a mushroom journey at that time as well, because I do practice some shamanic practices. When I meditate, um, I definitely try to go deep into meditation when I do. And this particular experience, I was doing a very deep meditation. So.
Hmm.
That was my two I would call extraterrestrial experiences. And then, like I said, I've had supernatural experiences throughout my spiritual awakening in the last, I'd say, since 2012. Actually, it's really
Hmm.
been strong. So yeah.
So since we're talking though, since we're on the subject of shrooms, I got a question for you because me personally, I've
Hmm.
never tried them, uh,
Hmm.
but definitely are going to dive in because I'm getting, just some. I'm gonna tap in because of some of the things I'm hearing about it, how it heightens awareness and help you level up and all type of heal, all type of stuff. But
Indeed.
would you say for people that may be in possibly embarking or wanting to encounter on shrooms, would you encourage them to uh, be in a more of a positive or a higher state than like at a lower state when they try to go on that experience?
Um, Environment is big. Um, I don't do it around anybody. Most of the time when I do shrooms, I'm by myself in nature. Um, and I'm setting intentions of connecting.
Okay.
Whether you're in a high or low state, that is for the individual to gauge whether they should do it at the time,
Right.
because that can invoke what they would call a bad trip or
Yeah.
experience.
That's what I was
But
getting.
what you have to realize about this is only something that's within yourself, though. That's what everybody got to realize. It's not the mushroom, it's you.
Mm-hmm.
Just like if you smoke weed and you had a bad experience, that wasn't the weed, it was you. It was something in you that was shown to yourself and you freaked out. Paranoia, that's you.
Mm.
That's your organs really actually offline, probably dehydrated, malnourished, and so vibrating at a frequency that's causing you to feel paranoid.
Mm. You made me get a sip of water when you said they dehydrated.
Indeed. Actually, that reminds me. Baby, you don't
Feel
mind
me?
grab my baby.
Yeah. Got to get right.
Queen. So I said she focused. Hold on.
Got to get right. All good. It's all
I can
good.
hear
So,
you though. I can hear you though.
no, go ahead and handle your business. Hey, family, while the guy is getting a quick sip of
You
water, give me some thumbs up in the comment section if you guys are definitely feeling the high vibrations. Give me some thumbs up in the comments and let us know if you guys are appreciating the information that we're sharing tonight.
good?
We got a question, but I'm gonna let you go ahead and get your sip of water real quick. We got the family right now giving some thumbs
Yeah,
up,
go ahead and roll.
getting some participation from the family. Okay, there you go. They're giving back that energy. Their energy is being reciprocated. That's all. Showing the love,
Definitely.
showing the love, showing the love.
Definitely. I definitely want to answer any questions people have, metaphysically, physically, physical questions. Um, any kind of mental, if there's anybody that are going through any kind of mental blockages, they may feel like I'm very good with these type of things. Um,
We got one right here.
let's help each other while we on here. You know what I'm
Do you ever hear people talking casually when astray astral projecting but don't see them?
saying? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's you got to be careful when you astral project. You definitely need to be connected with your ancestors when you are practicing that type of art, I'll call it. Um, because you do have and I'm just gonna name the risk first when people start to jump out there and do stuff like that. Make sure you do a lot of grounding work, which grounding work is doing a lot of visualization of being rooted in the earth, right? And then you pulling energy from the earth. You're really pulling a lot of what I call tetionic energy, the movement of the planet. You got to really be able to feel that type of stuff first, so you know where home is. You got a sense of locality or reference points of what home is. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then, like I said, being in touch with your ancestors. Your your direct, how I feel like you get in touch with your ancestors. You go to the first, you direct connect ancestor that may be passed away already, and you begin to try to communicate with that ancestor. Whichever one you resonate with. Like for me, I resonate with my grandfather, my mother's father. That's why I named myself Hawk. That was his name. You see what I'm saying? But my mother had already named me after him, Robert. You see what I'm saying? So when I went through my spiritual transformation, people literally would say I look just like my grandfather. When my whole life I look like my father. They don't look alike. You see what I'm saying? So anybody who knows me, who been on this line, will tell you, you know what I'm saying? Especially if I have friends on here who like college friends and friends on here, man, I grew up with. They'll tell you like, yo, this brother's like went through a whole flip mode squad. Like I went through a whole transformation. And I really felt like that's when I started embodying my ancestors. Like they literally started living through me because I became connected to them. So it made me transform. I went through a transformation, which is true. It's in nature. Everything transforms in nature. We're constantly going through forever change, and you just have to be willing to go through the change. A lot of people stop their evolution, they stop their transformations because they get scared or they're caught in some kind of religious dogma that creates blockages so they can't transform. But this is what we're meant to do. This is what we've always done. It's part of our genetics.
Facts. Big facts. Let me see if we got something else in there for you. No, that's it as of right now. One of your, somebody said, Hawk, I got these moringa seeds. Can you talk about that? Promise I'm serious.
Oh, oh yeah, brother. That's my brother. Yeah. You good, brother? I'm just waiting. I'm ready to pop them guys and grow them guys up. But moringa seeds, man, those things are great. They're powerful. The seeds themselves actually purify water. So you could actually take moringa seeds and soak them in water and then drink the water because they'll actually purify water. That's how powerful moringa seeds are. The leaves have all kind of nutrients, protein, amino acid. You can literally grow them joints anywhere for the most part. At your house, you know what I'm saying? You can transplant them and harvest the seeds. I mean, harvest the leaves. I'm sorry, the leaves. I think the whole plant you can use for multiple uses too. So I think it grows to be about a 10-foot tall tree.
Mm,
Not too big. You actually keep it, on the back on your back porch or something. If you live in like an apartment or something like that, or a townhouse, in a pot, you know. Uh, and they're not too easy to, they're hard to kill. How about that? They're very versatile. They're
oh,
very,
is that right?
yeah, yeah. A lot of these plants are, man. Like, the knowledge of plants is so like, I'll ask everybody, like, please research plants life, like, understand the power of plants, herbal medicines, you know what I'm saying? How to use herbs to heal yourself, go learn how to identify, you know, things growing out in the woods to see what's edible and what's not edible. Because there really is no such thing as they try to convince you that there's going to be like a food shortage. There's no such thing when you tapped into nature. There's
Right.
no such thing. There's no such thing. So,
Agreed. Totally agree. Let me see. I think I saw another question here.
yeah, the
Mm-mm-mm.
brother said you can eat the whole tree. Yeah, that's true.
Oh, yeah, big facts.
Hmm. Let me see if there's any
Seeds.
connections from Africa. He said if I feel any connection. Oh, that's Francois. Man.
What'd he say?
He asked me if I felt any connections from Africa. I guess my little inside joke with that though, but no, people have different feelings about that, but me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I'm gonna just
we're
put it like this. We was here. We've been here before.
right, 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 right,
We've
right.
been here before. This is our birthright. And
And
it's our,
actually, and
it's
that's
our shit.
and that's my brother Francois. He from Liberia, and we
Oh,
actually was
word.
we was roommates. We lived together for a while. And he told me he was actually amazing story. He was actually caught up in the Liberian War
Mm.
when they had the Civil War in the '90s or the late '80s, '90s. Um, and he was like a political prisoner. Like he was in that. He was in the shit. You know what I'm saying? And came back and he told us stories about the stuff, which actually, some of his stories I actually ended up seeing on a documentary about one of the individuals. He told me an amazing story about. Um, but the Liberians have a strong connection to the Americans, the Black Americans here, because
Yeah.
they was the first groups to go back from here to identify with being brought over here. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I tell a lot of people. I said a lot of the Africans who got brought over here in slavery or in bondage or in servitude, if you will, a lot of them, when that after all that went down, they went back. They left, went back, and started to reconnect back with what they had felt like they got separated from. And everybody who was here identified with being from here. You see what I'm saying? So, and a lot of that's on the record books too. Like you can go look up in the Library of Congress as
It's
well.
like we still doing here.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. We're doing the same thing we've always done. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the dancing and how, we're such dancing, that's how it connects us back to the motherland. That's why we feel like we may be African, but it really, you gotta take your world out of colonialism. You gotta we have to get out of the cognitive dissonance, right? Because the truth of the matter is the whole world was black prior to a certain, it still is at the end of the day. But when we were more tribal, when you know who we are based on how we dance, how we dress, you know what I'm saying, our features, right? And early European explorers, they distinctly detailed the difference between Africans and Americans. Though we look similar, we had distinctions. We had differences. And just like I said, looking at me and you right now, brother, is the distinctions. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
copper tone skin, deep sunken eyes, high cheekbones, straight black hair. Now, they get confused with straight black hair because they assume because our hair kinks, that is not straight. But if I get close to this camera and show you, my hair is very straight
Oh
here
yeah,
at the roots. You see what I'm saying? Yours is too. Very comes
absolutely.
out very straight. You see what I'm saying? And where true Africans hair really kinks up. You see what I'm saying? I mean, it's very tight. It's very tight hair. And if you go and look at those people and you go look at them right now, you can see the differences and the distinctions, and even just how we act and carry ourselves. Like you can always tell when you meet an African as opposed to another, what we call Black American. You know what I'm saying? Because you just know. You see what I'm saying? You can just feel it. It's a
Yeah,
difference. You see what I'm
it's a
saying?
different energy.
So yeah, exactly. And everybody knows that. But we let, you know, Europeans, the occupied government tell us who we are instead of letting us self-identify who we are. And then we get caught up in these emotional stories to make us feel like we gotta believe in something that's not true. You see what I'm saying? We can still be connected and still have our own separate cultures because that's how it was in antiquity.
Right,
That's why in the Bible you see different mites, I call them. You know, the Hamites, the Shamites, the Philistines, and all. They had different names because they did different things. They believed in different stuff. They had different
right.
cultures. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the truth of the ancient world. But because we've been whitewashed in blackness, right? So our history and our culture has been whitewashed and erased. So if it wasn't erased, it was whitewashed. You see what I'm saying? So because you don't identify with no greatness from the ancient world, we think our history started out of slavery. And that's the only thing you know when you identify with quote unquote black history. Now, there's nothing wrong with it. We need to remember these times that we lived in and what we accomplished and everything we went through. Yes, I agree. But at the same time, we must remember beyond as well in order to get out of this state of mind we're stuck in. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Because that's why they erased the history, the greater history. You see what I'm saying? So they wouldn't know, you wouldn't know how great you was. And you would
Right.
believe everything they told you about yourself. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So it has its purposes. So
Right.
just work on that
Right.
cognitive dissonance. You know what I'm saying? Work on the cognitive dissonance. I'm working
Absolutely.
on it too. I'm working on it myself. I'm not saying I'm completely healed of it myself. You know, it's an everyday
Oh,
struggle,
it's
you know?
always should be. It should always be a constant pursuit for self mastery. Like, and
Right,
that should never
right.
end. That should never end.
Exactly. Exactly. Even when you lose this body, that's going to be the next level to your spiritual mastery. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the even beauty of death, right? And honoring death because you know you going on to the next level. If you did right in this life, you going on to the next level. The journey is about to get better. The experience is about to get better for you because of all of the deeds you sowed in this life. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So it's a beautiful thing. They got us fearing death when we should be welcoming it. You see what I'm saying? Because you enjoyed and you lived this life to the fullest.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's how you conquer death.
Right.
Appreciate it, enjoy it, because you know that's part of the process. That's part of this whole sequence. You know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We got another question for you, God. Let me see.
Okay, so you say, can I explain astral travel for those who don't know? Um, so astral travel is where you're gonna basically get in touch with your energetic light body, the body you get into when you dream, because even dreaming is technically like astral traveling, but you don't know it. Astral travel would be more, you're more conscientious of what you're doing and outside of your body, you know, in your light body, and you can control what you're seeing in your light body. So wherever you travel to and wherever you want to journey to, you know how to use your light body and go to that place, to travel to that place and remote view that place you're trying to go and see, or that person you're trying to go and see. You see what I'm saying? I had talked about that earlier. You know, like I said, be careful, know how to ground, know how to get back into your body. Um, be aware of
Hmm.
what they call walk-ins. You have spiritual walk-ins. They're basically like non-physical beings that can step into your body when you gone. But that's why you gotta be in touch with your ancestors, because your ancestors kind of like keep guard
Mm-hmm.
over you and protect you. So your spirit guides. So you know, can't no dark forces, you know, take your body while you off traveling. You know this really happens because sometimes you can wake up in a bad mood. That's how you know you may have been encountered by some dark energy. Um, Everybody's had the they call it the devil ride your back. You trying to wake up and you stuck, and you actually conscientious of that you're sleeping, but you're trying to wake up, but you can, and you're like yelling, but you can't. You yelling in your dream. You might be by your mate. You
Okay.
like, I was trying
Cool.
to yell at you, you couldn't hear me. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had that one, right? Yeah. That's an astral travel where you done got stuck outside your body.
You can't
You
move a
know,
lick.
yeah, so your light body, your energetic body is having trouble getting back into your body. You physically, sleep paralysis. Yeah, they just, yeah. So you stuck. So your light body is thinking it's inside your body, but it's really kind of outside next to your body. You see what I'm saying? So that's why you can see yourself, and that's why you can see your mate over there sleeping good, and you be trying to scream, but nah, you can't because you
They
ain't.
don't hear nothing.
Yeah, you ain't fully attached back to your body spiritually. You see what I'm saying? So astral travel is when you gonna actually be able to control this consciously. So literally before you go to sleep, before you meditate, you gonna tell yourself that's what you about to do, and you gonna have an idea about where you about to go and how you gonna get there and how to use your light body to get there.
Mm-hmm. My wife said I was just talking. I was just speaking on this. Wish she was. We were talking about it.
Yeah, man. It's a scary thing, but once you, like I'm saying, just practicing what I've been practicing over years, I figured it out. Like I haven't had sleep paralysis since I discovered what it was.
Your boy said in 2021 we're going to Africa, my brother.
Hey, a bet. I'm ready. I'm
Hey, I got
ready.
something for him. Hold on, I got something. Give me like, give me like 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Feel free to keep talking. I got something for him. He gonna love. Hold on.
Yeah. Let me see. Uh, yeah. So it definitely can happen after you trying to do it. A lot of times, you can have sleep paralysis from being really tired too. Like when you're really tired and you go into a deep sleep. What is it? Make Africa great again. I know that's true.
That's for the home. Hey, that's for our brother, our cosmic brother, all the way out there. I want him to
Yeah,
see it so he can
Francois.
comment on it.
Yeah, Francois. You see
Francois, that's for you,
that?
God. That's for you, King.
I like that. You had that made, or you bought that somewhere?
My wife. It's actually my wife's hat.
Oh, nice,
She bought
nice,
it
nice.
at a concert. We were at a Jadena concert,
Right.
and because it says Jadena on the back, He was selling them on
Oh,
his
cool.
tour. On his tour. Oh,
Hmm.
there's your boy. He said, "Yeah,
Yeah.
yes, sir." So
You know,
yeah,
that's a simultaneous thing. That's what we got. That's what we don't realize. So it's a simultaneous thing, right? So when we get our ish together over here, Africa will be getting their shit together at the same time. It'll be a simultaneous thing. It won't be, oh, we got to go over there to get right. They got to get us right, and they
right.
got to come over here to get. No, it ain't that. They got their resources to get right on. We got our resources here to get right on, and
Hmm.
right, and we'll all rise into a golden age together. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? And then we can actually come together. Like it's nothing better when you can come together when you whole and I'm whole, and we can build. But while
That was Bill.
if you over there still leaking and I'm over here still leaking,
We all
we
gonna be
can't. Yeah, we can't do nothing together. You know what I'm saying? So Africa in the state of where they got some cleaning up they got to do in their government, just like we got some cleanup to do in our government. And once we do this cleaning up, then we can connect and we can start trading resources and build a real I don't even want to say it. I'm about to say Wakanda, but I don't even want to say that because
right.
that's just
Right.
some Disney stuff. We can create a real mecca that's supposed to be going worldwide like we had going at one
Like we
point.
had it.
You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? So it take everybody getting in touch with who they are. Whoever, if you're in America and you truly identify with being African, I advise you to go get connected with your tribe back in Africa, your continent, your motherland back in Africa, your nation back in Africa. Connect with your people, get your people right based on what you learned over here in America. Get them right, and then you connect the dots. Because I feel like that's the best thing you could do. Because just like us over here, we can't abandon our land and go somewhere else and think we gonna get respect from another people. You see what I'm saying? Only way you gonna get respect from another people is coming bearing gifts like how we always were. We didn't go to another nation asking them for trying to take nothing from them. We came bearing gifts. We give them something, they give us something. We go home what they gave us, and they keep what we gave them. And
Facts.
they can eat off what we gave them, and we can eat off what they gave us. That's how we truly lived in the ancient world.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But
Hey,
they got the white supremacy got us thinking, oh, well, we got to have money to go and buy this land and do this, and it's just this whole rigmarole about what you can't do because you got to go use this man's resources to do everything.
right.
When you was doing it before, you taught him how to do it. Your people taught them how to do it.
You feel me?
You see what I'm saying? Because that's why I'm saying get back in touch with your greatness and who you truly are, and then that should empower you. It empowers you. You be like, man, come on, man. Me and my queen, we can build anything together. We creating magic together because we trying to heal the world with our business, and we trying to connect with others who trying to heal the world. You
And
see what
that's
I'm
why we link
saying?
up. That's why we link up.
Exactly. It's a simul. So you doing your work where you are, and me and you can cipher every week, and we can sharpen each other's tool, and iron sharpens iron. And as you building your business, you help us build. When you get a nugget, you come drop it on me. When I get a nugget, I come drop it on you. You see what I'm saying? When we come up in your city, you know what I'm saying? You roll out the red carpet. When you come in my city, I roll out the red carpet. You see what I'm saying?
That's how
And
you supposed to do it.
that's how you build. You know what I'm saying?
No
So it's
doubt.
like, honestly, it take the men to step up and start to do these things. You know what I'm saying? And talk and stop having this fake gangster mentality that has been branded and put on us, and we don't even know how to say what's up to each other no more and have conversation. You know what I'm saying? Because we mean mugging and looking each other up and down and looking at what kind of shoes you got on and all this BS that don't really mean nothing. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Like, be really caught up in materialism, but in these new days, I've separated myself from all that, man. All I do is identify with brothers like yourself. I don't even really even go through that. You know what I'm saying? Brothers who still caught up in that worldly shit don't even see me. We don't even make eye contact. You see what I'm saying? We don't even have conversation. Because we not on the same frequency because we ain't the same people. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? I let that be what it is. You know what I'm saying? And I connect with brothers like yourself who I know operate on a higher octave, going where I'm trying to go, doing what I'm trying to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we don't even, I'm paying that no mind. I try not to speak on none of the stuff that's holding us back. But sometimes we got to as kings too at the same time to let the queens know that we separate ourselves from any of the nonsense that don't really represent us. You see what I'm
100.
saying? Like, it's a lot of people we can speak on and point out that really acting like they represent us, but they not. They just trying to make some money off social media, get likes and comments, and making people think they really for a cause they not. So that's some real stuff going on too. That's some real deception going on at the same time too. Just put it out there.
Absolutely. So here's what we'll do. I got let me see. We got about 20 some minutes, but I want to close out here shortly, but I don't want to take all your time tonight. But I do want to ask you, what's next?
Sure.
I know you really, you like,
Yeah.
hey, let's get it. You like, let's get it. You like, let's build. We're gonna
We
build
get to
then.
do this all the time. Yeah, we don't do this.
So
It's not a
what's next for you and the Queen? What you guys got going right now? We
shoot.
at the moment.
We hustling really. That's our grind right now. We try to sell products. Um, I'm getting a lot of catering going on, so I'm doing a lot more cooking again. That's something I had kind of put down for a while. My queen is really trying to, no, she's not trying. She is building up our website and pushing her products. Constantly improving our branding and our labeling. And we actually doing during this COVID situation, we've been doing a lot of home improvement, getting our house in order. My queen really in feng shui, so she gets the house really comfortable, and we got some real nice, upgrades going on. So we really been trying to improve the house, improve, uh, our business move, by living more comfortably, so we can think clearer. We homeschool our children, so we make it more, I think, a comfortable environment for our children to learn. You know what I'm saying, and be kids and get to grow up.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yep.
Absolutely.
So. hmm
Well, if your queen could do me a favor, Queen, if you could type in the comments, and then this way I'll pin it. Type in some of, I guess, something that can collect where people can go and connect you guys, so they can see where your products are and stuff.
All right.
If it's a website or if it's a link or something like that, if she can type that in, and then I'll pin it on here. That
Yeah.
way, we can make sure the family can support you guys, no doubt.
Oh yeah, he brought up the Bible again.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that question. We can go ahead and tap on that too now, but I was gonna make sure before we got off of here that
Yeah, for sure, for
got that
sure.
on here.
Yep.
So yeah, so your boy Francois ain't messing around, is
That's my dog.
he?
Love that man.
He probably already know what your thought process on that is anyway
Yeah,
too.
me and Francois, we get the bill often. Not as much as not as much as we used to. I mean, we used to stay up late night. He used to be, just telling me just some of his stories from Africa, and we just had a great connection. But yeah, the brother brought what we think about the Bible, and like that's what we was talking about. The last episode essentially, before we got off. But like I tell people, the Bible, it's a tool. You know what I'm saying? And people use it, learn how to interpret it yourself, and use it to be powerful. Yourself. And understand it boomerang. So whatever you use it for, gonna come back on you and your people for generations, because that's in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? It'll show you in Deuteronomy 28 what happens when you get cursed. You know what I'm saying? When you become a cursed people, and the punishments of being cursed, and the actual casting of that itself. So yeah, there's curses in the book. There's cursed people in the book. It shows you how they got cursed. How do you even cast curse on people? You got to write it down. You see what I'm saying? So casting
It's the
spells.
writ,
You spell the writ. You're spelling words. So understand what you're doing, even when you writing words now on paper. You see what I'm saying? You manifesting when you do that. So that's just the truth. People want to, a lot of in Christianity they try to talk about witchcraft. They don't realize in Christianity there's most witchcraft going on.
man.
You just don't see it. You don't see it happening. I tell everybody, if you drinking that wine that they call in blood and eating that cracker that they call in flesh, let's go now. What you doing?
Well, you's a cannibal, bro.
It is
Come
practicing
on,
some form of cannibalism. Yes,
man.
and
That never.
it has nothing to do with the actual Yeshua Christ energy. Has nothing to do with it.
No,
It is a satanic ritual, y'all. Sorry,
that
that is exactly what it is, and that's why
never
I cannot
resonated with me,
produce.
bro. Even when I was a kid,
Yeah.
when I was a child, I'm sitting here thinking to myself, because I ended up going to a Catholic high school, my freshman, sophomore, and junior year, and I was an athlete, so they went to mass and things like that. and it just never sat right with me, man. I used to just be in there like, and then
Oh yeah,
on top of that, we in the mass and everybody drinking out the same cup. That didn't resonate with me either. I'm like, so you telling me
yeah. I got it.
I'm number 100, and I'm the 100 person that's supposed to sip on the same bowl that all you're doing is this white. Nah, I'm cool.
Yeah, you got to spit it. You got to spit at the bottom. All the spit at the bottom. Lord
Hey,
have
when we
mercy.
were young, we used to call that PS. We used to call it player slob.
Oh
All the stuff
Lord.
about. That's nasty, bro. That's
That's
nasty.
very nasty. Wow.
Yeah.
I did not know that was going on in the Catholic Church. Wow.
Oh yeah, man.
Or Catholic school.
Damn. Now with the pandemic and the way it's going down, I doubt if they get back to that now. But prior,
Right, right.
we talking about mid 90s, late mid 90s when this was going on. So
Mm.
like I'm talking
That's interesting. That's your perspective of church growing up, right? And so I grew up Southern Baptist, which is,
no. I grew up Baptist now. Don't get it
Oh,
twisted.
okay.
I
Oh,
just
it's just when
went
you went to
to you
college.
know how for high school,
High
when
school,
it comes to sports
gotcha.
and stuff, better athletes
Got
tend to,
you.
it was one of them things. So yeah, nah, I
Well,
grew
let
up
me ask
Baptist.
you.
I grew up
Well, let
Baptist.
me ask you this. Let me ask you this perspective on Baptist then, because I just had a conversation with my brother, and it's a good, it's a good segue after the Bible, right?
Mm,
As a youngster in a Baptist church, I never could get down with the whole hooping and hollering, like catching the Holy Ghost and stuff, right? I
right.
never ever caught the Holy Ghost, like, and I
Mm-mm.
was so consciously aware of what was going on. I was asking myself, like, what's wrong with them? I asked my mom, like, what's wrong with them? And it's like, oh, they just in the spirit, baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, in the spirit? What is this? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like really curious. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so, and I'm not saying these people weren't going through something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And when you talk about the spirit, I'm talking about what spirit to make them do that. You feel me? And you know what I'm saying? Like my childlike mind didn't get down with that. You
Mm-hmm.
feel me? Like, as children, we're innocent.
Absolutely.
So what we seen at that time, and I have the remembrance, I can remember this clearly. Like I remember like it yesterday, how I would just observe these people. And I'm talking about throughout. I mean, I stopped going to church when, like I said, when I was like 28. That's when I stopped going to church. So I was going to church from then. And I'm watching this, accepting it, and I'm not judging, but I'm wondering what it is. You see what I'm saying? And my other brother I was just talking to about this, he was the same way. He like, yeah, I never got down. It never affected me. And he grew up holiness. And they really get down. They run the pews. They do a lot in holiness churches. You see what I'm saying? So, I don't know what your perspective on that was too.
Well, similar to you guys. First off, like I wasn't like our family per se wasn't like super religious. Like
Mm,
we weren't at church like a lot of melanated families. You're there Wednesday, you're there Sunday, you're there whatever days that they have church, or at least you're going pretty consistently on Sunday. I didn't necessarily have that experience in the household. We did go to church, but it wasn't like a constant thing. Now I did have friends that I would happen to be over their houses, and then I would get a lot of my church experiences that way. But
mm-hmm.
as far as Holy Ghost, no. Did I always feel like, what the heck are they doing? Yes, as a young kid, I always felt like I didn't connect with that, and
Mm-hmm.
I felt like it was hoopla. I mean, at that time, I didn't have any understanding of what was going on, and
Right, right.
I never felt anything in there. I always felt like, why am I here? And I'm just being honest. At that age,
Right.
and obviously, I know
Mm-hmm.
now, and my understanding I have now, I know what to look for and what not to look for, and I
Right.
have the ability to pick the bones from the fish and get in there what works for me spiritually on my personal journey now.
Mm,
But at that time,
mm.
no, heck no.
Right. It's interesting. A person just comment. He said the Bible actually speaks about. It says that it's a bad spirit, and that it mentions when Jesus called the Holy Ghost,
Holy go.
it it calmed over him. It was a calm
Um,
over him. So he actually saying that when Jesus called the Holy Ghost, he got calm. I guess encountering in face of having a bad spirit, right?
mm-hmm.
What I feel like I was seeing in the church. was the opposite of that,
Yeah.
where I'm seeing people like
Jumping
convulsing
around.
and
Yeah.
shaking and,
Yeah.
passing out. You know what I'm saying? Now, the passing out part I could actually see as a more of a Holy Ghost situation where somebody may just faint off feeling a certain overwhelming energy. Because I've felt energies of where I wanted to weep at times in church when I've heard, and it actually was just from people singing.
Yeah.
When
And
I actually
music
heard
does that.
somebody sing, yeah, when I had like my cousins, all my cousins growing up could sing really well. So they would sing certain gospel songs because of how they would sing the song, I would get emotional. You see
Right.
what I'm saying? So I don't know if you may call that a Holy Ghost experience, but it never made me act out or get any kind of attention, if you will. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
No doubt.
So, I would question a lot of the other individuals doing. I knew some people were just getting it for try to get attention.
Of
You
course. Now
know,
you know some people look absolutely crazy.
it was the motherboard trying to compete on who gonna catch the Holy Ghost the worst
Hey,
and
the
who can
funniest,
get.
hey, the funniest used to be like when they used to be doing laps around the church and around the pews,
Right.
and they start chasing each other. You remember that when they start just doing sprints and laps and
Yeah, well,
hills?
our ladies competed a little different, because like where I'm from, it was the holiness churches that would run the pews.
Okay.
Are the Baptist churches tend to do more of the shaking and the dancing, maybe start, clapping and dance with tambourine, and just then that gets get out of hand. You know what I'm saying? And it just it always escalate to a higher level. One minute she just kind of stomping and shake, and the next thing she's shaking her head and the wig might kind of pop back, you know what I'm saying? Or the church hat might fly off, and it would just get extra. It'd be a lot of dancing actually, to be
Mm-hmm.
honest with you, which it actually connects us more to our tribal roots, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because this is actually what we would do probably around more of a tribal circle, a big a tribal dance around a fire. You know what I'm saying? You could
Yep.
even tell by the way that some of the sisters would move their feet, how they could shake their legs and their feet so fast when they were in this mode. So I understand the aspect of getting in the spirit. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
Yeah.
feeling this higher energy moving through you.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because indigenous people around the world do this. And if you go to quote unquote white churches as opposed to our churches, they don't do this. You see what I'm saying? I
And
actually
I can
seen a
tell
lot
you,
of them emulated though.
I can tell you because, like I said, I was at the Catholic school,
Right, right,
and
right.
man, all we did, man, church was. Hey, one thing I did like is they got out in about 20 minutes.
Right. Oh
Hey,
yeah,
hey, they
they
was
wrap it
in,
up,
hey, they
baby.
was in and out, bro. Because all the pastors, I mean, the priests would do, and all that, whatever, all that stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
and that was all it was. And people came through, get their little mask, boom. I mean, they crackers and their wine, and
Little
they out of
sip,
there.
yeah, out of there. Yeah,
I
yeah,
come up through the
yeah.
line and just step to the side. I wouldn't take it. I just step to the side.
Oh wow, wow, wow. That's what's up, man. That church experience, that shaped a lot of our spiritual understanding. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like when it comes to us healing, like especially our cognitive dissonance, we have to heal it spiritually first. You gotta gain a better understanding of who God is and what God is to you, what Jesus is to you. What's this sun God energy that everybody seems to speak of, and actually do your real research and get grounded in a better foundation of the divine energies. You see what I'm saying? Because this is also what empowers us and gets us out of this cognitive dissonance to where we still feel like maybe Europeans are controlling our spiritual narrative. You know what I'm saying? You got that's another reason of going within. You see what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? We got to pull this European thinking out of our minds first.
Facts.
All of it, all of it. You got to purge it. This person cleansing your body. You know what I'm saying? Cleansing your organs, cleansing your cells. Like really get these herbs in you so you can really purge and get that stuff out your colon and deep down from within your body. So your memory becomes different. Because I noticed to be fact that actually talks about the video you were speaking about on the last video that you spoke on earlier, on the frequency of the mind and
Mm-hmm.
actually putting a better substance in your body. It's because you be cleaning your cells out. You're
Mm-hmm.
creating better, stronger cells, so these cells can actually communicate better with the cosmos around you. You see what I'm saying? With the world around you, the world within you can communicate better with your body. Your brain can communicate better with your feet. in your heart. You know what I'm saying? In your innermost chamber where the Most High dwells. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So, you know, that's why it's important to clean up your temple, to clean up your body, become a clean vessel. You know what I'm saying? Pour clean water into your body until your body is clean. You know what I'm saying? So you can see clear. You have clarity. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that is really what we here to do at this moment, because we've been dirty way too long. You see what I'm
Wait,
saying? We got to clean ourselves up, and it's an inside job. It really is, like we said earlier.
definitely an inside job. And
Hmm.
eating right and clean, and definitely eating those live cell foods help with on the spiritual realm as well too. It helps you
Yes.
more downloads, helps you get more clarity, helps you be able to decipher things a lot faster, process things a lot faster, be able to use both sides of your brain, all that type of stuff.
Brain, exactly. We stop being so left brain,
Yeah.
and we actually become androgynous in our brains again. If we wanna solve things like toxic masculinity, like they try to act like masculinity is only in men. No, toxic masculinity is an energy. Masculinity is an energy within all people, man
Mm-hmm.
and woman. So
Mm-hmm.
that means toxic masculinity is existing in all of us, both man and woman.
Facts.
We've even had the discussion where we feel like the women are being too manly. They trying to play the role of a man. Well, isn't that toxic masculinity? We asking you to be more feminine. We ask you to turn that feminine energy up. Same thing with men. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you turn your feminine side, your creative side off so much, the side that feels and that senses, right? Now you can't even feel nobody else's pain, and you're just apathetic to everything. You think everything about you. Yeah, you're a toxic male. You see what I'm saying? If you can't feel, you know, uh, the empathy of others, you know what I'm saying? And it's to a limit, it's to a degree, because I feel like at times we go fight other people's battles because we feel that empathy, but we can't seem to feel that empathy for each other. There's something turned off. You feel me? There's something within us that's turned off that won't connect that circuit together. We go fight somebody else's battles, but we won't work within ourselves or fix our own. So
Mm-hmm. And a lot
that's
of that
self-love.
is definitely self love. A lot of that is conditioned though. Think about it though. Like,
Yeah, it's generational.
yeah,
Yeah. It's
that's
handed down.
the
It's handed
programming.
down
Sure.
for sure, for sure. And
And
that's how.
go ahead, King.
Go ahead.
Nah, it's your episode. You go ahead.
Yeah, but that's how we fix it, though. Is to identify it first. You know what I'm saying? See it in our ancestors. See it in our parents. Look back at our parents first. See where they made mistakes. Not to point the finger, but to correct the mistake. You know what I'm saying? To say, oh, okay, I see where this comes. I see why I do this, because when I growing up, this was my environment, and this is what happened. When it's okay, you know what I'm saying? But in my life now that I'm an adult, this is how I can run my life, and I'm gonna make it better. So my children don't go with that experience that I didn't like. You see what I'm saying? And that's how you heal your child. That's how you heal that's one of the ways you can heal your inner child, which which is work I feel like most melanated people in America need to be doing right now. Inner child work, shadow work. You see what I'm saying? Because that's where a lot of our problems are.
Mm-hmm.
That's where our self-love problems are. You know what I'm saying? That's why our lack of self-identity is because we have childhood trauma and I'm talking about childhood trauma that's handed down not from you, not from your mama to you, but from your great great grandmama to you. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
You dealing with deep childhood trauma that's epigenetic, that came down a lineage of things. So you got to actually do a lot more work than just your childhood trauma that and then connects to your mother's. You see what I'm saying? Or your father's. You see what I'm saying? So, but we're spiritual beings and we can do it. It's not something that we cannot do. Because like I said, once you get touching into the meditation, the astral travel, because the astral travel can how you can get in touch with your genetic line, right? So you'll go and take an astral travel back to your grandmama's time, and you'll talk to your grandmama, right? And then she can point you to her grandma, her mama. Then her mama can point you to her mama. And then you can just go down the line through an astral travel and figure things out and do that work. You know what I'm saying? Go on a retreat, a holistic retreat, where you have days, a week To just sit back and do these things, meditate, do a silent meditation. Don't talk, don't say nothing. Be silent. You know what I'm saying? Try to turn that monkey mind off. That
Mm.
way you can get in touch with some of this epigenetic memory and you can start doing the work to heal yourself. You know what I'm saying?